Okay, so what we have here, just a number of different transactions, and simply put, what we want to do is show as just a single, just highlighting just a single cell here, all right, in column E. I want to select all of the totals, just single cell here, where the total is equal to or greater than the goal. So in other words, I want to see which of these totals exceeded the goal that we had set. All right? Very simple thing. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to select the cells that we want the coloring or the formatting to appear at. So I'm going to click on that first one. I'm going to do a Control Shift down arrow key. That was kind of a waste, not far down there, but nonetheless still. And then we'll get back up to the top here. So now the formula that we're going to be putting in is this. We're going to go over here to conditional formatting, new rule, use a formula, and now the formula is going to be something like this, equal, all right? And we're going to type in this case, E2, all right, greater than or equal to F2. We don't have to worry about putting any dollar symbols or anything in there, just the fact, is E2 greater than or equal to F2. The reason why we're not putting dollar symbols in there, because we don't really care right now about it doing the whole row as far as formatting. We just are looking to just see if E2 is greater than or equal to F2. And if it is, color it in. So what are we going to color it? Well, we can go over here to Format, go over here to Fill. We'll pick gold. We'll then hit OK, and then hit OK there, and there we go. All right, so each of those exceeds. Now, if I went over to here, and I were to say, oh, that was really, 26,000, so I type in 26,000, now that one colors in. So pretty cool. Now for this next one, it's going to be exactly the same thing, except on this one, we want the whole row to become selected, all right? So it's going to be the same formula, except in this case, we're going to be putting the dollar symbol in to make sure that it does the whole row. So we have to first of all select from A2 all the way across, all the way down. So there it is, there's the selection, all right? And now we'll go back to conditional formatting, new rule, use a formula. Now in this case, it's going to be equal, and then dollar symbol E2 greater than or equal to dollar symbol F2. See? So the only reason why we're doing the dollar symbols is because we not only want that to be colored in, but the whole row to be colored in. See? And we'll go here, we'll go with maybe the little pink there. So we do that for the formatting. There's the formula. Hit OK, there we go. So if I go to this one here, and I type in 26,000, it jumps up and gives me the formatting. So pretty nice little feature there. So that's the only difference between the two that we did there. All right, now for this next one, we're going to look at some other data here. And we're going to look at the order and ship data. If the order date is equal to the ship date, meaning we did same day shipping, I want that to be the criteria for highlighting the whole row. All right, so for those where the order and the ship date are the same, I want that whole row selected. So again, what we do is we select the data, just like that. Then we go back into conditional formatting, new rule, use a formula. All right, I'll pause. Let's see if you can think of it. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with A and B. All right, well, so we're going to go ahead and hit the equal. And we're basically saying if what? If A2, so if dollar symbol A2, dollar because we want the whole row, remember, right? So if A2 equals, right, dollar symbol, so then dollar symbol, and then what? B2, right? There it is. That's the criteria. So if A2 is equal to B2, then go ahead and make them gold. All right. And we'll put a border on it this time too. What the heck? So do that. Hit OK. Hit OK. And there we go. Nice. So if I go to here and make this 20, or actually throw one there. If I go to this one here, and I type in, let's say, 2/18/2020, so it'll match up with the first one there, then that'll change color as well. So pretty good. Now what if I also, with the same data here, wanted it to turn pink for some of those that that exceeded, let's say, 3 or more days. So right now, the gold represents the fact that it's same-day shipping, all right? But we also want to include in here the coloring of those rows where it exceeds, let's say, 3 days, 3 or more days, right? So how do we do that? And actually, I'll tell you what we can do here too. I had set up another example here, this one that has a lot more data to it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Instead of just reusing this, I'll just go to this one here. So, in essence, so we'll do the formula again, but then we'll do this new one as well. But the key is that we want to see here in gold all of the same day, and then maybe see in red all of the 3 or more days shipping. All right, so we can see where we did perfect and where we really messed up, okay, with shipping. So in either way, we have to go and select that whole area. So we'll go to the beginning there, Control, Shift, right arrow key, down arrow key. Got quite a few records in there. All right, so initially, what do we do? Let me pull this back a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go back into conditional formatting, new rule, use a formula. In this case, we're going to type in what? Equal, and then dollar symbol A2 equals dollar symbol B2. If that's the case, then we want that to turn gold. All right, so we'll go here and we'll pick our gold color there, hit OK, and there it is. All right, so those are the ones which were shipping on the same day we got the order. Now, I want to take that same area and make it so where if it's 3 or more days for shipping, then it's going to be red, let's say, right? So we still have the area selected, so we'll just go back into conditional formatting, new rule, use a formula, and then what we'll put here is going to be this formula, not too bad. We'll type in equal, all right? And we'll put in there a left parenthesis, and we'll say, okay, $, $B2, all right, minus $A2, and then close the parentheses. So what that's going to do, first of all, is figure out how many days we're in between to figure out how many days. Hopefully, we got a few that are 3 or more, then we can see that. So we say when that happens, if that ends up being 3 or more days, so we'll do a greater than or equal to, and then the number 3. And if that happens, we want that then to be, let's say we'll make it pink or whatever. Okay, so hit OK on that. So there that is. So if we take this minus this, and it's 3 or more days difference, then we're going to do that formatting. So we hit OK on that, and there we go. So if I went to, let's say, the ship date here, and I were to type in something like 1/9/2018, right? Hit the enter key. That's going to obviously be more than 3 days, and so there we go. So hopefully this will help you with some of your ventures in the in data land there. But I think these are good little tools to kind of bring out certain parts of your data that you need to have exposed and really kind of stand out. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Take care.